So we're having a great day and we have come here to celebrate our
10-year wedding anniversary.
Most people go on some fancy holiday or something. We come to Tropical Fruit World.
This is our fancy.
Absolutely. So it's a little celebration today. Married 10 years, and we thought we'd make a quick video talking about relationships and how appropriate, exactly, and also what our wedding day was like. So 10 years ago we were very, very different people, and we didn't really have much of a clue about anything that actually mattered. We certainly weren't vegan back then, and we had, unfortunately, a horse-drawn carriage that I took to the church, which I really regret now. And
I organised it, so I really regret it, of course.
And we also served quail, I think it was chicken and beef at the reception. Again, a huge regret. And we were thinking about this the other day, that it's ironic that a day of celebration of love and unity and kindness and birth, birth of a new stage in your life and a new relationship, that we celebrated and marked all of those things with the torture and the death of other beings, of animals. So it's a strange way of celebrating. So we were thinking about that the other day, and just how if we got married today it would be completely different and everybody would be eating fruit.
Or a high-carb cooked vegan meal.
Absolutely. So in terms of relationships, we're pretty lucky that we're here today together. So 7 years ago we almost split up. We're pretty much ready to divorce. Things were not going well.
Yeah, it was a real turning point, a real wake-up call. And that embarked us on this journey of self-healing and healing as a couple. Two halves don't make a whole, and they really don't. And sadly, in human society, we are taught to look for completion of ourselves in the other. And
it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
It never works.
You can't put two halves together and expect to make a whole. You still get two halves, and you can skirt around that. You can sweep things under the carpet. You can be distracted by all of life's myriad of distractions, but ultimately you need to heal and become whole in yourself in order to be a fulfilling partner and supporting partner, because you want to lift each other up. You don't want to, drag each other down, or even keep each other,
confined.
Yeah,
restricted.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's the only reason we're here today, is because we took that commitment to ourselves individually seriously. So if we hadn't worked on our own problems, we could not have come together and dealt with our joint problems.
Yeah, and we've all got problems,
Everybody.
They just vary in degree.
So I guess the few things that we wanted to share with you guys was, how did we do it? How did we get from almost splitting up 7 years ago to today being really happily married? And along that way, still had a lot of things to work through, and it's been really up and down. It has. It's not just, oh, okay, I've decided we're going to fix our problems now and it's going to be smooth sailing from here. It's not like that. That's life. It just keeps evolving.
A roller coaster.
Exactly.
Yeah, Ronan Keating was right.
Oh gosh. So, and that's good. That's okay, because it keeps it exciting. It keeps it fun. It's a bit of an adventure, and you're always learning about yourself through your relationship. So your partner is like, he or she just catapults you through your evolution, your internal evolution. Your partner really pushes you through and makes you evolve, explore, create whatever you want to call it on so many different levels. So that's the great thing about being in a relationship. You're always being moved along by the other person.
You know, some tips, I guess, that have helped us from our own personal experience. I think being best friends is really important. And listening to the other person. You know, there's that saying, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. And that's very, very true in all our relationships, and especially so in an intimate relationship between partners. And
having fun and laughing, laughing,
making each other laugh. Yeah.
Oh, you were saying listening.
Really with an empathetic ear is what I was meaning, amongst other things.
Yeah, it's not just like, I hear you and then I'm going to get on with whatever.
No, it's really listening to where the other person is coming from, trying to put yourself in their shoes. That's what the meaning of empathy is, of course. So I think empathetic listening.
And ultimately deciding what you want as an individual in your life. So do you really want to stick with this relationship or not? Because so many people are in this, oh, I don't know, will I stay, will I leave? You know, they're 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out the door. You have to decide what you actually want and then follow that through with your actions. If you're going to stay in a relationship that isn't really working and you're not really sure, and it just goes on and on and on for years and years and years, it's a nightmare, it's draining, and that's not life, that's not living to your full potential. So decide what you want, make the decision and commit to it and follow through with an action. So I think what I'm saying is that dealing with a relationship problem can actually be as easy or as difficult as you choose it to be. Now, all situations when it comes to a relationship can be quite heartbreaking, and it is difficult, don't get me wrong. It was the most terrible, horrible stage in our lives. But at the same time, there was definitely a point of clarity. Do we want to make it work or don't we? Simple, first question. If the answer is yes, then take those steps, those actions, whatever it needs to be, to make it work.
And I remember one of them was actually given to us by a hypnotherapist whom we sought help from. And she talked about finding out, asking your partner, what are their most important emotional needs? And then going about meeting those emotional needs that were important to the other person.
Exactly, and not at the expense of your own emotional needs.
Correct.
That's important.
Yeah.
It's like, it's meeting, it's coming to a compromise. Here's what I really need, here's what I really need. How can we come to a nice, comfortable place together?
And of course, it is highly possible that if the two people's emotional needs, most important emotional needs, are completely different, conflicting, non-compatible, whatever you want to say, maybe
it's not going to work.
Yeah.
And that's also okay. That's okay.
Because, you know, how do you define working, you know?
Yeah.
I guess we draw the people in our lives and the set of circumstances and situations to us for our own personal growth and evolution.
So it's always working.
It's always working is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Just because we think on a sort of human level, oh, that didn't work for me, that
Yeah.
relationship, or, you know, that job, or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think going back to what you were saying earlier, if we split from a relationship and we don't deal with our own internal issues, we're going to carry those problems, or whatever you want to call them, to the next relationship and to the next one and next one. And that's why you see people repeating the same patterns and having the same issues with several different partners. What's the common denominator? It's the self. So we could have split up, and that would have actually been the easier, really, this would have been easier to split, to not have dealt with our individual stuff, to move on to a next partner, and we would have ended up with the same problems again. So it was a lot of hard work. We saw a hypnotherapist, she was fantastic, and then we decided we just need to live. So we took some time off work and we travelled and we explored and we journaled and we read and we cried so much and we talked. Didn't we?
We thrashed it out. We thrashed it out. Hour
You
after
did this
hour,
and you said that.
day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year.
Yeah.
But in that talking and in that listening was the healing. Another thing, you know, we've been vegan almost 3 years now, and you know, there was a period of time leading up to that where we were transitioning to veganism as well. And when you do become vegan, your perspective on life changes completely. Absolutely completely. You see everything through different eyes, more compassionate eyes, and that compassion really can radiate into all other aspects of your life, including, you know, the relationships most important to you. You know, the ancient saying, you are what you eat. And so when you're eating foods which cause the least amount of harm and suffering, you sort of become the embodiment of causing the least amount of harm and suffering. But if you're eating foods, animal foods, which, you know, are saturated with suffering and torture and death, so when you're eating those foods with that very negative, heavy, violent vibration, you're becoming that, and it's going to be difficult to be harmonious within yourself and then within your relationship as a partner.
Yeah, I say this a lot to people, that Luca is today a completely different person to not only 7 years ago, but when we met many years before that. And I have seen the evolution in a man. It's incredible in today's society to see the evolution of a man from the stereotypical idea of what a man is to this beautiful, soft, gentle, but stronger at the same time. Stronger being and more gentle at the same time. And there is a huge difference in how we speak, how we relate, how we deal with things since changing the food that we put into our bodies. That we do operate on a different vibration, as you were saying. There's no doubt about that. And I think maybe women might notice that in their male partners more than men might notice that in their female partners. So that is interesting. So,
moral of the story, guys, real men eat plants. Real men eat plants.
So, yeah, I'm glad we're here.
As am I. Blessed.
Yeah, very blessed. And we hope that this inspires people to reflect on their own relationships and decide what do you really want and how do you make things work. And we're happy to answer any questions that you might have. We're very open about our story and our journey. So if you want some more tips or some advice, post your comments down below, and you can also send us a personal email through our website, which is movemeyoga.com.au. and that's it, I think. Yeah, we're going to enjoy more fruit and enjoy this beautiful sunshine and keep celebrating, because it is quite a journey and we're very happy. Beautiful beach. Hello.
Hello, banana berry smoothie.
Yum. Yum, yum. Where are we?
Rainbow Bay, northern New South Wales, near, is it Tweed Heads?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And anniversary dinner at the Loving Hut, of course. Beautiful spread. What do you got there, Luca?
This is a tofu and black bean sauce with veggies.
Yum. We got some rice noodles and this big bowl of
mixed veggie curry with tofu.
Beautiful. Lots more rice. More rice, more rice.
It's a golden curry.
Yeah, I think it's Malaysian curry.
It's a bit of coconut.
Yeah,
Tofu.
beautiful. So, nice big spread.
It is a great spread.
Yeah, carbon up. So,
thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening and sharing. And remember, we're here to lift each other up.
Yeah. So if you like this video, please give it the thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please do so. And thank you to all our subscribers who do send wonderful, beautiful messages of support and encouragement and questions, and we love the discussions. Bye.
Thanks,
See you
guys.
next time.
Bye.